So good morning. We are up and at it early per the norm, but there just happens to be people right outside the window digging a ginormous hole. Today, it's like, you know, when you're doing construction projects, it's like you get all ready and then you wait and wait and wait and wait because something comes up. Like I know the well guy was having issues with equipment, and then everything gets pushed back. And here we are, December 20th, and we are digging a giant hole. So it's cold. I think it might even be the coldest night last night we had of the year. It was like actual 15 degrees and wind chill was pretty intense. And what's happening today, and Josh would be the one to describe this to you better than I could, except I can tell you that we're putting in a new well. So nothing like a good old well for Christmas. You know? Actually, it'll be a huge blessing because we've shared this before, but when we moved in here, of course, we had our well tested and everything was fine and great. And they did a proper water flow test and all of that. And it was fine for residential. But then when it comes to livestock and animals, and mom and dad are here, so when it comes to animals and all these other things, our well just doesn't really want to keep up. So this is a huge addition to the homestead and a very big blessing. So the bummer, I don't know if this is good or bad, but the bummer is it makes a huge mess. The good part of it being December, right before Christmas, is everything's frozen. So we won't feel the effects of the mess probably until the spring. We can throw down some straw or hay and some seed and all of that to cover up the mud and the mess, because it is gonna make it's pretty big hole. But what they're doing is they're burying, this is the part that I want Josh to explain to you, but they're burying a big old tank to be able to put the well, a bunch of different things in it to protect it underground.
So for this part of the project, we had the well that was dug a couple weeks ago. It's a 300-foot deep well, and we're actually installing a septic tank, which is going to be used as a well vault for us. The 1,000-gallon tank is back here. They are digging the hole over here, and we're going to run all the utilities out from the main farmhouse into the well vault, and then use that as a junction box to run out to our pasture and use it for the manifold and all the different location for that. So today is pump installation and getting the vault or the septic tank installed. And I had them engineer the septic tank so that it has a rubber gasket on top along with tar. It's going to be sealed off from water, and then it's also got a 9-inch sanitary flange on it, because the sanitary flange is set up to be waterproof from groundwater going into it. And it's going to be a great spot for us to have kind of like a secondary basement location, because our basement just was not big enough to put the equipment in there and then to have a manifold and shutoffs and all that stuff. So
eventually we're going to trench a frost-free line all the way to the very back of the property so that we can install frost-free water hydrants and waters for the animals the whole way back, which will be such a big deal, such a blessing. Shout out to everyone who has to haul water this winter, because we've been doing it for 7 years. And we were hoping to have it done by this year, and that didn't happen this winter. So that's not gonna happen, but that's okay. Everything takes longer than expected. So it'll be a blessing to have it for next year. And yeah, so today, the goal for today is just to be, my job is to just be an assistant. Josh is out there directing traffic and doing what he does best, which is visiting and talking and learning. Will's been out there watching, Jesse and Tabitha are out there watching. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. I don't know if they're gonna be done today. I mean, the excavator is making very fast progress with this pit that they're digging. So anyway, this is a huge project, a blessing of a project, and I can't wait till it's all done. Let's get to work and head outside.
So the guys are outside installing the pitless adapter. I'm inside. We installed a sub panel over here. So we didn't show that on camera, sorry guys. Probably some electricians out there that would really freak out at me. We installed a sub panel to move some of our breakers from over here to here so that we can make space for our new well. And then we're going to tap off of the side here and run a conduit over to here. And so we have a 2-inch raceway that we're putting in here for electrical lines. And then down here we have a line that's going to be coming in for the well itself, the well water supply. So the whole reason for that tank out there, or the well vault, is because down here it would just be really clustered up if we had the pump and all the stuff coming in here and the manifolds. So
well, and we use the basement in this house because we don't have a lot of square
footage. It's an old
footage.
farmhouse, yeah. It's an old farmhouse.
So we use it for a closet.
Yep. So it's an old farmhouse, so we do a family closet in the basement down here. And this is going to just be utility drop for us to run the power from the house out to the well, and then have a line coming back here. And the reason we're doing a line back here is because you guys have seen in other videos that we do some of our animal processing up here. So we're actually just going to put a T on this and run a line up here and punch through and put an actual hose bib that's off of the farm well to supply us with that continuous water for processing animals. Because one of the things that holds us up on processing our chickens especially is water. Not having enough water to run the plucker and to run our scullers and our different stations. So we're going to remedy that problem and have water that's going to be nonstop for us, because we get a lot of water that we're able to make out there with the new well.
Is this going to take today, tomorrow? Is this going to be like a couple days?
No, I think they're going to have the pump installed. I'm going to drop the power out to them. They're going to have all, so basically their work should be done here, and then as far as setting us up with a manifold system and just some basic trenching to get from the box to here. And then we'll have all of our raceways in place so that basically next spring it's going to end up being that we're going to run a trencher from the vault out to the pasture, and that's where we're going to run all of our buried water lines that will be frost free. So it's literally just a giant junction box, the well vault out there, so that we can run all the equipment out there, and it's just a stop point between the house and running it out to the pasture for us to have a control center. Alright guys, trick I learned from an electrician on pulling line is if you can get some of this poly line. It's like pole line or commercial pole line they use it for. But if you make a little like a mouse thing or something like that, or a wad on it here to pull through the pipe, you just take and wad it up here. And we have a 2-inch pipe that we're using as a feeder pipe. So we're just gonna put a little overhand knot in it, tie it off, and then we're gonna use our shop vac and we're gonna suck it through the line, and it's gonna act as our fish tape then. So we can take and suck this back through the line, and then we'll tie our electrical line on it and pull it back through, so you have a fish tape that's in place here. So it works out really slick instead of like fishing a line through that's stiff. Here's the shop vac. Here is the hole that we're sucking from, and I'm just gonna put it up there and suck it back through. So here we go. You ready, Will? Yep. All right. All right, right there. So just like that, instead of trying to fish the line through there and getting it jammed up on some curves and whatnot, we got it sucked back through. So you can use this on larger diameter pipes, smaller diameter pipes, but there we go. All right, so the guys did a great job today. We got the pit installed, we got the pump installed, we got power ran, we have water flowing. It's not connected to anything yet, but it's at least flowing and running, and the pump house is in place. So huge, huge project, lots of digging, lots of soil being moved, and we've got this septic tank, which is acting as a pump house or a underground vault for our mechanicals, our junction box for the electrical area, and then also the manifold that's going to run water to the rest of the pasture after we do the trenching for that. About 3,000 feet worth of trenching that has to be done to get water, frost-free water, ran out to the pasture, but this is a huge step in the right direction. We got a 300-foot deep well with a constant pressure well set up as far as the pump goes by Grundfos. Everything's kind of compact in this small spot here, but we have a manifold set up here. We're good to go, and this is exciting. So